Hello from Berlin. I'm still on my Germany trip, which I have been on for over 3 weeks now, but it's coming to an end, unfortunately, and I'm heading back to Australia in a couple of days. But while I'm still here, I wanted to make a quick video about my 2022 YouTube travel kit and talk about all the stuff that I brought with me on this trip to make videos. So let's do it. Look what I bought for my office at home. Fernsehturm. It's the TV tower. Yeah. Alright, if you've seen the last video, you know that I'm in Germany right now. And it's actually the first time in 3 years that I'm coming home to visit friends and family. My mom actually didn't know that I was coming, so I surprised her. If you want to see that video, I'll link it up here. If you're new here, before I moved to Australia, I lived in Berlin for 7 years, so this is kind of my home in Germany, and it was nice to just walk around and just look at all the places that I used to go to or where I used to live. And leading up to the trip, I wasn't actually able to plan a lot of videos in advance, and since I've been here, it's just, you know, packed with stuff to do every day, seeing people, hanging out, and I didn't make a lot of videos, which I will probably regret when I'm home, I'm sure, but for now, it's fine. But I used that travel kit a little bit, so I do want to talk about all the stuff that I brought with me. If you want to check out any of the stuff that I'm going to talk about in this video, I will leave the links in the description below. So let's start with all the things that you have to consider leading up to the trip. So in order for you to decide what you need to bring with you, you kind of need to think about, obviously, how long are you going to be away for and what type of trip it's going to be, and especially what type of videos you're gonna make on that trip. So will it be only, you know, travel vlogs, so run and gun type of shooting, or do you also maybe need to make sit-down videos like this, which requires different equipment? And then also, obviously, how much room do you have in your luggage and how heavy do you want it to be? Because you can obviously pack way too much stuff that is way too heavy and you have to lug it around, and if you're on the road all the time and lugging around your bags, then it's not going to be fun taking too much gear. So definitely something to consider, how heavy or light you want to travel. Okay, in terms of camera gear, I only brought one camera body, and that is the Sony a7 IV, which is Sony's latest hybrid camera, which is great because it can do both videos and photos really, really well. So I didn't have to lug around multiple camera bodies. I didn't bring my Sony ZV-1, my little vlog camera, even though on certain days it would have been probably easier and nicer to just have that teeny tiny camera instead of the big a7 IV, but I decided to only put one camera in my kit for this trip. In terms of lenses, I brought two lenses with me. One is the Sony 16 to 35mm f2.8 G Master lens, which is kind of the perfect lens for filming and just run and gun shooting, and also photos when I'm out and about. So that was the lens that was on the camera most of the time. And as a second lens, I brought the Sony Zeiss 55mm f1.8. I always try bringing a prime lens to be able to take portraits of people with some nice bokeh and also get some detail shots for B-roll. And then I've got my drone, which is the DJI Air 2S. I love this thing, it's really lightweight and it's really compact, and it fits into my backpack when I'm traveling. I used to have the original Mavic Air and I was always unhappy with the image quality, and it lost its signal all the time. So with this one, I'm really happy because the image quality is great and it's really fun flying. So, drone. Okay, let's talk sound. As my main microphone, I am using the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, which is a shotgun mic that sits on top of my camera, and I'm basically using that most of the time, especially when I'm out and about shooting and all sort of run and gun type of shooting. I personally don't like that it's so bulky and that it draws attention to you, but that's just what it is for these on-camera shotgun mics, and it's just something to get used to. And then as a second microphone, I brought the Rode Wireless Go 2, which is, as the name says, a wireless microphone. So you've got this receiver that you put on top of your camera, and then you have the microphone which you can just clip on your shirt, or you can connect it to a lavalier mic, which might be a little bit less visible. And I brought this in case I have situations where I would be further away from the camera and the shotgun wouldn't be ideal. And for example, if I would be in a very echoey room and I don't have any way of getting the shotgun mic very close to my mouth. So this is the type of mic I would use in that situation. Okay, let's talk lighting. So when I'm out and about shooting and vlogging, I'm obviously using natural light because that's just the easiest to do. But this time I also made the decision to bring artificial light, and for that I got the Aperture Amaran P60X, which is an LED light panel that is a pretty compact form factor. I think it's like A4 size. It is a little bit heavier than I thought it would be, but it's fine, and it's really handy if you want to film sit-down shots like this and talking headshots and you're not sure if you will be able to control the light, or if you're not sure what the lighting will be at the place where you are, or if you're not sure what time of day you will be able to film. So for example, I am sitting in front of a big window, but it's nighttime right now because I didn't have time to film it during daytime. I'm really glad that I brought the light, so I now have a key light to be able to light this shot. Okay, let's talk about a few last things that I brought with me to make videos. One is the PGY Tech Mantis Pod Pro, which is my main vlogging tripod, and I'm actually using this for the first time because I got it just before I left, and I am loving this thing because it's really versatile, and it also has like a hot shoe on the side of the tripod where you can mount the microphone. I had mentioned earlier that I really don't like when the microphone sits on top of the camera because it draws attention to you. But with this tripod you can mount it to the side and it's a little bit more subtle. And then I brought the switch pod with the ball head to mount the Aperture LED light. And then obviously you need to remember to bring all the chargers and right cables to be able to, charge everything. That can be quite a lot. So, you've got your camera charger, your drone charger, maybe you have extra batteries for your light. You need certain cables to charge your microphone and all that stuff. So definitely something to remember when you pack all your gear for the trip. And then also what I find really important are noise cancelling headphones. These are the Bose QC35, I think. But yeah, not only for the flight, I wouldn't go on a, 24 hour journey anymore without noise cancelling headphones, but also just, for editing while you're on the road. These are really handy because, if you're sitting in a cafe or in any sort of loud environment and you need to edit your videos. And something else I brought are these blue light glasses, and these are great for when my eyes get tired or strained or dry on a long haul flight. Because the journey between Australia and Germany can be 25, 28 hours long or longer. And I always thought of this time to be perfect to do work and edit videos or write scripts, but my eyes hurt on flights really quickly. So that's why I thought I'd bring these blue light blocking glasses and try if that makes a difference. And I did on the trip over here work for a few hours and my eyes didn't hurt. So I think they're helping. And one last thing is storage. You obviously want to bring some external storage to be able to back up your files or to move something onto external hard drive in case you're running out of space on your SD cards. And for that I brought one of these Samsung portable SSDs. This is the T7 with 1 terabyte of storage. And these are great because they are really fast and you can edit from them, and they are really small as well. Okay, cool. I hope you found this helpful. I will leave all the links to the stuff that I talked about in the description below, and definitely leave a comment below and let me know what you usually bring when you go on trips, because I'm really keen to find out if there's anything I should be adding to this. And yeah, I go enjoy my last few days in Germany, and then I see you when I'm back in Australia. Take care.